Your boy, this is Galvin, coming at you guys from my hometown today. For the next episode, you know what I'm saying? This house right here behind me, this one, you can see it. That was the house I was raised in, one of them. This street that I'm on right now is the street I was actually raised on. So, yeah. What I'm taking you guys right now, remember how I told you guys in the last video that what had happened was I thought my dad was coming, so I left the house. So this is where I got out. I'm on this street. My car is parked down there where the red car is. I run out, I get in the car, I turn up the road. I'm coming up here. I get right to the top of this hill where I'm at right now, and my dad comes over the other side, tells me to pull over. I get mad heated. First off, I couldn't even fucking believe that he actually came, or that I was right. But I got heated. So I pulled into this particular parking lot right here. Pulled in mad hard. I actually scraped the hell out of my car too when I came in, because I came in hard as hell, like boosh. And when I came in, pull up, I'm in this parking lot right here. I was standing where this van is. So I just figured, since I'm here, this would be a good spot to have this video, because this is where it went down. So let me explain to y'all what happened. Look at the hills. So anyway, now I want y'all to just think about something for a second. Think about the situation I was just going through and how everything was mad, like, ridiculous. And just think about, like, having someone that screwed you over for mad long come out of nowhere and try to do more screw over. I wasn't having it. So when he got out of the car, I think the first thing I said to him was, like, I know you didn't really come here to do that. Like, I know you didn't. He told me he is. Essentially, long story short, I spazzed out. So pretty much I just started wilding. Like, I really just lost it, yo. It was just like, I guess it was just like all the emotions from everything I went through just kind of bursting at once. And I remember spazzing, son. I was spazzing. I was telling him pretty much everything I ever really wanted to say, but I just didn't say it. Like how he wasn't there, how he's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. You know, I was going off. I got so emotional in that, and during that whole time, because it was literally like I almost wanted to punch him in his face. Like, I wanted to fight, but I figured I wouldn't have to. So I just went nuts. I'm just like, yeah, let me just really get this out. And I was just pretty much telling him, like, you wasn't there. You didn't do shit. Blah, blah, blah. You fucked me over out of all this money. You left me without, like, me knowing, having nowhere to go. Like, you think that you didn't do shit. You always got an excuse. Blah, blah, blah. You wasn't shit. But I was fucking spazzing. I even got mad teary-eyed toward the end. I was talking about, I was just going off, my niggas. Like, everything I ever really wanted to really get out. Everything I really felt about him, like all the bullshit, just everything that he did, son. And I'm not even gonna go into everything, because it's stuff that I will eventually tell you guys, but pretty much everything, son. I went nuts, and I sat here after damn near losing my voice because I was all raspy. I was like, yeah, fuck you, blah 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 blah. All I kept thinking was, the only thing I had working for me at the moment was the Lexi situation. So I didn't really want to lose my plates, because I was just like, yo, that takes away my job, that takes away everything. Long story short, I didn't lose my plates that day. I pretty much got in that ass enough where I didn't have to. And that was that. And the messed up part about all that was like I said, right after that, I didn't, the whole thing with Lexi didn't work out, which was trash. So the next thing that actually happened after all that, like I said, I know I'm kind of summing that up really quick. I can't really get into the details about that, because it was OD. It was a lot of personal stuff. And then, like I said, when we catch up to where that stuff comes into play, we'll talk about it. But that was like the first time we did that, and it was just because, like I said, like, I was just sick of his shit at that point. It was just like, fuck that. Like, you're not gonna screw me over. You're not gonna do everything that you've done and get to that point. Now, let's get off that for a second. So, like I said, I kept my plates. As you guys know, the whole thing with Lexi didn't work. So let me get into something real quick. an explanation of mentality at this time, because it's important. I've seen a couple comments saying, "Oh, you know, something about me being too involved or too soap opera." Look, motherfuckers. Look, all right. My life. Some of y'all niggas that be talking this nonsense, y'all niggas obviously didn't watch the first couple episodes. My life was based around the pursuit of companionship. I wanted to make sure that that shit existed. Now, to some of y'all niggas, that may seem corny. Some of y'all niggas, y'all may not understand that. Whatever. That's not you. You know, that's me. I wanted to find out if companionship and love and all that good stuff existed, because I didn't really see it like that. So I wanted to confirm its existence. That was the most important thing for me. This is why half y'all niggas that talk that bullshit, y'all life is mad whack. You probably wouldn't be able to make like 3 episodes without your shit being mad dead, because y'all ain't lived. Because obviously somebody thinks the wrong things are important. I thought companionship, relationships, and etc. was important, not just with the females, but with family members and people and what as well. So that's why I do this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this whole series is for people that can relate to it. If you don't relate to it, shit bother you, or excuse me, if that shit don't relate to you and you don't like it, nigga, why are you watching? Get off my dick, straight up. Anyway, in other news, mentality explanation. I just want to explain something real quick. The videos that I do here in New York are going to be kind of like really short, but it'll be a lot of them. Mentality explanation. Right now, you guys got to understand where my mentality is at, because right now, right after this, we're going to get into the next part. Right now, I'm sick. I'm like emotionally sick. I'm dealing with the loss of my best friend. You guys have to also understand something too. I also had to deal with like some kind of regret regarding the fact that emotionally, like, I kind of killed Mia. She wasn't the girl that she used to be because of me, and I had to deal with that, knowing that I killed her. The girl that I dated, that I loved, I killed, and there was nothing left but a shell of a person that was wilding out. So, not cool. Right now, mentally, I'm just kind of on some, like, it's mad difficult to know exactly where I want to go, what I want to do. I lost my best friend. I lost my only outlet that I really actually had, and it was just really bad. I put a lot more than I realized into her that I didn't really realize. Like, I thought that, I didn't realize. I was young. I didn't really get what I really had there. It was much more than just oh, that's my girl type thing. It was much more than that. Long story short, right now I'm just dealing with it. So I'm dealing with all this regret, and me and her are kind of starting to pull away to the point where we're not talking. Like I said, let me tell you guys what happened on this road here. Remember I told you I was living in that house over there? The next thing that happens after this whole Lexi situation ends, Mia hits me up one day and she's like, "Oh, can I come see you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She comes and sees me, but when she goes to the door, I look at her and I'm looking at her real close. I'm like, "Why you look like that?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Where were you before you came here?" "Nowhere. I came straight here." I was like, "Where were you before you came here?" "I wasn't it." "Where were you?" I asked her 3 times. Third time, she's like, "All right, well, I just came from seeing that my boyfriend, and I just wanted to stop here before I went home." Because I asked her, first thing I asked her was, "How long are you staying?" She's like, "Oh, like 5 minutes." So I'm like, 5 fucking minutes, my nigga. Word. I'm like, so, like, how you get out and then you're only gonna be here for 5 minutes? And then I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, oh, it's because you're actually just came from wasting most of the free time you had. And when I told her that, I looked at her. I was like, "Did you just kiss this nigga?" She looked like she was going in for a kiss. That's what she looked like she was initially doing. And I was like, "Did you just kiss this nigga and you're trying to kiss me, my nigga, for real? Get the fuck out." I was on some straight get out shit. Like, I was pretty pissed off. I told her to get out, and that was it. And I didn't really see her that like after that. I was really, really mad about that. But that's what it was. So what ends up happening next is like I said, I go to my job. I go to my job the next day. Mad sad shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I see, when I go to my job, I see that there's a sign on the front, like a clearance sign, like a 40% off, 50% off clearance sign or something shit like that. So I'm just like, word. And I asked my boss, I'm like, "Yo, what is this?" And she's like, "Oh, like, we're pretty much like getting rid of everything 40% off or more, like 40 to 60, something like that." I'm like, I'm like, okay. And she's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna leave, so you guys take care." Mind you, at this point, I'm not sure if I told you guys, but I'm a third key manager at this point. So I'm a manager of that place now because the other guy that was working there ended up getting fired. So me and Tookie get I get this idea. I'm like, yo, I got an idea of something we can try to do. And we try it that day. And I made like $500 or $600. And I'm like, oh shit. And next episode we'll get into what was actually going on. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I ain't gonna freaking, but I'm gonna explain to you guys like what the hell started happening at this place. It was crazy. And then we'll get into that. All right, it's your boy AG coming at you from the NY, from my hometown. Definitely gonna have a lot more of these, so stay tuned. All right, one.